All right. Fucking perfect. Okay, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. This is The New Color with Michael Revelis. That's me. Our special guest, David May. Co-host, Anthony Rivers. This is a comedy podcast about seriousness and comedy. That's really it. And my ultimate position is you can't be serious and funny. That's really it. Or if you take it too seriously, you lose the funny. That's where I'm coming from because I see it. I feel it in myself, and then I see it, and I go, I don't want to be that, you know? But we got a couple questions. Let me grab those questions. I forgot to grab them.
Oh, man.
Hey, they're fucking right here.
Oh, they had to go inside.
Nah. Who cares? You can edit everything. David May questions.
Yep.
Thank you. Yes, keep it on your lap. Can't trust anybody else to do that. All right. The first question. What's funnier? Someone trying to be serious or someone who refuses to be serious at all? It's all subjective.
Maybe trying to be serious. Because by saying trying, that means they're not doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's funnier I think it's funnier to fail than to just constantly be a goofball.
With the goofball that's trying to hit the mark, you know?
Yeah, because it's like if you just by default are not serious ever. I don't know. I think trying to be serious would be funnier.
And failing, that's...
Yeah.
Trying to be serious and failing is funny, but from the perspective of like, from a mean perspective, I guess, right? Because you see someone go up there trying to like really convey something and everyone's just in the crowds, they're quiet and they're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
And now you're sitting there because you're thinking, I'm going to go up there and this isn't going to happen to me, right? So I guess you're right. I could see that for sure.
Yeah, I'd say trying to be serious and failing. Maybe it is from a mean place, maybe, but I think it's funnier.
No, the whole point of this is it doesn't matter if it's from a mean place. You know? That's comedy's funny when it's mean. Comedy's funny when it's nice. It's kind of not though. Whenever it's like soft, like Adam Sandler happy shit, you know, like whenever he just like has the girl with huge tits bringing him beer, like that's cool and all, but that's not funny.
Yeah. Think about how many times that's like we laughed at a comic that like this is the joke, and then we just saw him fail and we're like, this is funny as fuck.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like Adam Sandler, he'd be someone who's not ever serious, maybe.
Exactly, someone who refuses to be serious at all, and yuppies really think he's like, he's like the funniest guy ever. Happy Gilmore 2 was the best movie ever, and I'm like, maybe it was funny, maybe it was goofy and all that, but Happy Gilmore 1 wasn't even that good. It was funny. It wasn't like, like funny comedy movie would be like Dirty Work. You seen Dirty Work?
No.
That's a good one. That's a Norm one. Fucking anything by Eddie Murphy.
It's funny.
Every Eddie Murphy movie is hilarious. Beverly Hills Cop to fucking Rasputia. Did you see that one?
I haven't seen any of
You never seen Norbit?
I've only seen Shrek.
Okay, so if you're not busy, we'll watch Norbit after this podcast. And it's the funniest. It's insane how, like... Because this is someone who's, I don't know. This is where I guess you push the line. Because the whole movie is kind of like a giant play on race and, like, stereotypes to the extreme, though. So it's obviously someone who, like, seriously understands these, but is like... Let's not be serious with them at all. Okay. And it's, through the roof. To me, it's through the roof funny. Yeah. But I don't know. That's just how I'm thinking about it.
Valid.
But yeah, that's what sucks about this. I bring people on and then I don't really get their questions because I have so much opinions on it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm really trying to get you to answer these. But you gave a good one. I think you gave a good one. Someone who's trying to be serious, right? That's funny.
I think that's funnier.
Gotcha. Anthony.
Okay. Can you name not name anybody? Can you think of anybody in the scene that is just too goofy all the time?
Too goofy all the time?
Because how you're saying the person that's too goofy that doesn't take anything serious is not the funny one.
Well, it's not that they're not funny; it's that the other one is funnier to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Personal, subjective. Yeah. That's what I want. People's personal opinions.
No one comes to mind that's too goofy all the time. Because it's good to be goofy. It can be good. But if the question is simply what is funnier to me, I think it's funnier to see someone flopping that's trying to like be motivational or try to have like a message and it's just like corny as hell. You know what I mean?
Did you see anybody try to give out messages that night at the Charlie Kirk thing, or were they all trying to make jokes about it?
Well, that was the one thing I said when I went up there was I came out because I wanted to see what everyone had to say, but very few people said anything. And So I made the joke that basically a lot of these comics can't even make a joke about something that they saw in the room that happened in front of everybody. So maybe in 6 months we'll have some funny Charlie Kirk jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like they have to take time or something.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But I was hoping to hear some hot takes from either side, but there really wasn't. So that was kind of a disappointment. And in that case, being more goofy would have been good, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But no one was even trying to be serious about it or goofy. It was just their regular stuff after. And it was on 9/11, too.
Yeah, dude.
And not one 9/11 joke?
There was very few 9/11 jokes, which is, fair enough. But it was also the day after Charlie Kirk. So it's kind of like, you guys, come on.
Yeah.
This is ripe for the picking.
Right,
Do
and that's
something.
what I think, too. I like topical comedy. And I was watching a podcast with that Ali Saqib guy, that funny black dude. I don't know if you heard of him, but he's real funny. And he's like, I produce a lot of comedy specials, and I don't produce a lot of people's because they send them to me, and I go, this is a trans joke I've heard 100 times. This is, it's a news joke. Everyone has one of them. But he's like, you know what nobody has is a joke about your life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he was trying to say is like, and this is all, I'm just trying to get all kinds of opinions. His was like, that's the only shit that's funny to me. And the more I think about it, like the best jokes I've ever heard are, people that you can't recreate it because it's their little personal story they put out there. And it's, whether it's like Louis C.K. talking about fucking, what is it, like really comes to realization about the mom's tits, where he's like, girls like dads because they're big and strong, and guys like girls with huge tits because their mom's got huge tits when we're kids.
Yeah.
It's like, that's, I don't know. It's really funny to just think, and that's broad.
Yeah.
That's so broad and vague, everyone applies to it. It's perfect, it's funny.
Yeah.
And it seems like, I don't know, I feel like if you're dumb, you can be funny. You can be. I've made people laugh. I'm pretty dumb. But when you're smart, when you're educated, and you're serious, because he's pretty fucking serious. At the same time, he's like, yeah, I might be serious, but this is how ridiculous of what I'm thinking of it is,
Yeah.
Like, that's, that's what's insane. I'm trying to understand that, because I just don't get it.
Yeah, I would even argue that what's not funny on stage is a funny story that happened to you.
Yes.
But what is funny, for example, Louis C.K., the most basic idea in the world, he has a joke about babies crying on airplanes, but it's fucking hilarious. And, the perspective that he has on it was the funny part. But if I told a joke about how I blew a tire and then some guy helped me and he had no teeth, it's like, it could be funny, but it's like conversationally funny. Yeah. And I think, like what you said, the tits joke, that's funny because we all know, we're all in on that part. And it's kind of funnier when we're all in on it. So topical stuff can be corny, but I don't know, it takes a...
I think if you're good, anything's funny. I think that's the whole point of when you're trying comedy, right?
Yeah.
If you're good, you can make anything funny, which is why I'm like, because I've seen you, I've seen Anthony, I've seen Alec and Danny. I'm like, you guys have made things that, like you say, it's something you'd hear in conversation or something you and your buddy would laugh about in the corner thinking, oh shit, we can't say this on stage. But they say it on stage and it's funny.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, there's a funny balance I'm seeing that I'm not too sure if people are even aware or if I'm overthinking it looking at people do comedy, because I'm like, you guys off stage hilarious, on stage hilarious, and it's the same person, right?
Yeah.
I'm like persona up.
When you're up there?
Go up there and it's a whole new guy.
Yeah.
But then also, too, you're using your notes, too, so you're kind of like...
Have to stick,
It's more of a stage presence instead of a natural thing, because, eventually when you get off your notes, you kind of... Because I'm still myself with the notes, but it's just so you eventually kind of forget that part.
When you did the... What was it? Improv with Jesse?
Yeah.
That was honestly one of the best mics, because, you're like, no notes, just do fucking jokes.
I hated it every moment.
Loved it. But you're right, because sometimes I'm like, damn, when I didn't write something...
I'm just cringy, man. That's why I'm not really good at improv.
But
like,
anybody.
No charisma on there.
No. People are funny with improv because, like he says, you're up there and you don't know what's happening. You're up there and 1 second you're trying to joke, but you're improvising. So the next second you're trying to make a point, and now everyone's watching you trying to make a point. Like, shut up, dude.
They're just quiet.
Like, that's why it's funny. That's why it was awesome.
Well, sometimes if you go up there and you have a plan and the crowd's not fucking with your plan,
You gotta abandon
and
shit.
you can't deviate from it, you're fucked.
Oh, dude, that's my thing. Yeah, I'm like, this is all I had.
Yeah.
And I know some dudes are going up there like, I got 16 backup plans ready, like, that's so impressive. It's really funny.
But it's more impressive, I think, to, this is what the crowd wants? Let's go into that more. And then there's no possible way you could know. I mean, if you get lucky, your plan is what they want.
Yes.
But sometimes it's not. And then the ability to just go off of like, okay, this is what they're vibing with, let's see. But I'm not even conscious of that.
That's what I mean. You guys are in like such a flow state when you do it.
Yeah.
It's really fucking funny, which is why it's funny. I'm just trying to achieve flow state too and talk to some dudes about it that I, like I say, I'm noticing it. But the thing is with flow state is it's just like, like you talk to them all, they're like, I don't know. I don't realize that. Like
that's I was going to say, I don't really know that.
Fucking funny, dude. So yeah, I'm just not good at comedy. I should
read the room. That's like what you're doing right there. Like,
yeah.
This is what they want. I'm going to dive into it.
Yeah, people are really good at that.
Bitch.
I can't read people individually, so exactly, yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely say I'm not even conscious of... Sometimes I walk away and I don't... I was observing myself do the thing.
Oh, you're out of body.
Basically. Like, I don't, like...
So
I don't think while I'm up there, like, all right, they're clearly enjoying this. Even contrary to what I just said, I'm not like, oh, they're liking that? What else can I do about that? It's just like I said, I'm just observing myself basically spouting nonsense.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it works,
No, exactly.
So I think that kind of leads up to my question. Because I was going to say, you have really great charisma. Where do you think, I know it's your whole life that made it, but where do you feel like you can pinpoint or say this is kind of what made me into that? Was it being raised by your family? I thought you were from the Bay for a second, but you're actually from Central Valley.
Yeah.
Did you go out to the city or anything often?
Yeah, but I mean...
Sorry. So where do you feel like you got your charisma from? From your family? From your town? Or just being from up north? Or what do you think made you so, like, have a lot of charisma or, like, great in conversations?
That was a horrible question, right?
No, not a horrible question. It's
the
just
way he asked it.
No, it's a hard one.
Negative bitch. You fat pink bitch.
No, neither. It's not bad, but it's hard because I guess a little bit of my family, because there's a lot of good-hearted fucking with you in my family. You know what I mean? And then developing chops to combat that. You know what I mean? Like if you're getting picked on, it's funny to be able to pick on them back and then turn everyone against that guy. That's always powerful. So maybe a little bit of that. Growing up, not popular, maybe. What I realized quickly was if you can't compete with them in social status, because I was never rich or anything like that, you can't compete with them in sports. I was trash at sports even though I played. Busting the balls of the guy who is the best is powerful. Because it's like, yo, fuck, that's actually hilarious. Now they're laughing at him, and now you're kind of elevated with that. Because you pointed out something that everyone else noticed about the guy who's, like, untouchable. And now it's like, oh, fuck, that's actually hilarious. So that's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit of those things, definitely getting it from my family. But either way, just being able to, oh, well, you're a fucking dork. And it's like, oh, yeah, well, you got mustard on your shirt. And it's like, fuck, I do have...
stupid.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think a little bit of that.
Did you ever read that book? It was pretty big when I was in high school, which is funny to me that high schoolers were reading it. But it was about, like, how every conversation's about, like, energy. And when someone's, like, fucking talking to you, they're always trying to get the upper hand, whether it be, like, in conversation, like, mentality. Like, so they're, like, that's your constant everyday battle is, like, trying to either subscribe to it, lose to it, or, like, completely just be aware of it,
Yeah.
So it's really funny because I remember that whole book is, like, really gay about the whole, like, mysticism surrounding exactly what you're talking about. But it is funny how true it is and how I hate when people get into it, but, like, how words are, like, spells and all that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like someone's putting a really funny, like, little almost curse on you through, like, jesting.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, actually, I know how to jest as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so fun.
I'm not familiar with that book, but I do think, like you said, it is kind of gay, but, like, it's kind of like a game of chess if you want to get into it. You know what I mean? Like, the back and forth, the rebuttals, it's a powerful thing.
And it shows how much, because if you're really listening to somebody, like actually listening, trying to hear what they're saying, the conversation is always going to be very, it's going to keep going forward.
Yeah.
But it's once you're like, they're not listening to me, like, and what I'm trying to say, that you're going to, things can get tense,
Yeah.
Which is really funny. It's the whole, I think everybody feels, especially in America, you feel entitled to having a voice.
Yeah.
When you don't. and there's no, like, you have a right to it for sure, especially around your friends and everybody, but like to be like, oh, my voice deserves to be amplified is such a funny little like American mindset, right?
Yeah.
And especially because even when you're a kid, it's like you're a kid, someone's fucking with you, and you're like, you're fucking with me? Like, you're booty butt cheeks, old man. Something like that.
Yeah.
You want everyone to hear that. But it's because everyone around you, they're like, this is how it all, I guess it's just communication and everything. And it gets into, I was thinking this is kind of a dumb podcast because it ultimately just leads back to like the human condition, right? And just, so what the fuck is the point of like any of the attention, I guess?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's kind of, I've always thought is like the attention problem with kids today and people in general, because they're so like, they lose interest so quickly. It kind of lets you realize when people are just talking who's saying something worth listening to. Because if you're sitting there and you're talking and the person you're speaking to starts looking around, or even worse, they just pull out their phone, it's like, it hurts a little bit, but it's also like, okay, you whatever you were saying wasn't competing with what's in their phone. You know what I mean?
It's in their head.
It never will.
Yeah.
It never
Oh,
will.
big booty Latina?
Yeah, it never will.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it does, and that's
Right.
that's when it hits.
It's true. That's when you're like, hey, human connection is the best thing ever.
Yeah, for sure. But if you're failing, we more than ever now, we can learn that. Because nothing's worse than someone spewing bullshit. Like if your boss is just spewing, talking, going on and on and on, and you just feel like you have to lock in and give them your attention.
Oh my God.
But it's unwarranted attention. It's like, you don't deserve this attention, but I have to give it to you.
Those are the only time I have out of body experiences.
When you just watch yourself.
Just when I have to listen to like Upperling, and it's just like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
but no, yeah, sorry.
No, don't be sorry. But it's like, and some people, they get that so much, like people in a position of power, or if you're talking to someone and you feel like they can give you something, and so you want to give them more of your attention to feel like you're really listening to them, because it's like, I want to be on this guy's good side. Then they never get the actual feedback from when they're just talking nonsense and it sucks.
Yeah, not listening.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not a real conversation.
And you never, but they get so many, it's like a yes man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where everyone's just like, yeah, man, that's so true. That's so funny.
Oh, yeah,
and then that's when you start to suck. Like, I've heard a lot of comedians say the hardest part is like your second or third special. Because by then you're famous, you're successful, so everyone around you is like, haha, that's so funny. Even in the micro scenes like we have, where it's like, I know this guy might book a show or something, and you can just see everyone like, yeah, I like what you're saying.
Tell me about it.
But the worst part is that it kind of works too for them.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
That gets you so far in the scene, because you see
Yeah.
guys like, how is this guy even funny?
One of my favorite,
But they're there.
Yeah.
one of my biggest things about this is I can't stand the whole, everyone tells you in comedy, you gotta show up.
Yeah.
You gotta show up, man. You gotta be there. And it's like, no, I totally understand. Because it doesn't make sense to me actually though, because if you were to just show up to an open mic, absolutely crush it, that's, because that's how everyone who's ever is funny to me. Alec, I've seen him at like 2 or 3 open mics. Jeremiah Nation, literally the funniest guy I've ever seen on stage, and I've only seen him twice. But the 2 times I've seen him, he's always been in my head. I've seen everyone else, and maybe it's because I've seen him so much that I'm like whatever about him.
Yeah.
But that dude was like seeing a fucking just somebody actually funny, and then he's just at a bar now, like just bartends. He's like, yeah, shit happens,
Yeah.
So
it's kind of messed up though, because the ass kissing does work.
Yes.
So you have to find like a ratio almost, because like the best musician in the world has never sat down and recorded an album and then given it to a publisher and then gotten it put out in the world. The best musician in the world is in his garage and is like, fuck those guys, I'm not gonna fucking go out there and shake hands with the suits and blah blah blah.
Yes.
And it's like valid, and that's probably why you're so dope and so good, but also we'll never know.
Exactly.
Because it's never gonna leave your hard drive, it's never gonna leave your recording room.
Yep.
And so it's like you have to find the balance. It's like you have to brush elbows with the people that will get you things. You have to be nice enough that they're not like, this guy's a fucking psychopath, I'm never going to book him. But you also need to not care enough that you're like doing what you want to do. And you know what I mean? It's
yeah, no, there's like, that's what the whole point too is balance. Because like you're saying, if you can't balance out like kissing ass, which literally I won't.
Yeah.
So that's why this will never go places, because I'd rather be obstinate like, and aware of what I'm being, then, like you say, be a yes man to anybody.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I don't know. But maybe it's just because I was also raised with people that didn't want attention, but like you say, they're mad funny.
Yeah.
Like, so they'll say whatever they want because they're hoping nobody actually hears it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like, oh, this doesn't quite translate over.
Yeah.
Like, this personality, at least.
I think that's, like, probably my biggest problem, and probably why this will probably never go anywhere, is, like, I've heard from other people that comics will come up and say, hey, why wasn't I booked? Or they'll say, hey, can I get on that show on Friday? And that just blows my mind. Because it's like, if you want me, you want me. And I want you to want me because I'm funny. Yeah. Not because I'm like, oh, I'll come to your Christmas party and tell you how funny you are and how cool you are.
Hang out with you and be your best friend. And I'll pick you up when your car breaks down.
I can't do that. And I think it's like shooting myself in the foot. But I just like, I can't help it. So, I mean, I'm just going to do my... I'm not going to... What can you do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, try to make your own little lane, which is like, I'm like, listen, like you say, no one's ever going to... At least the way I'm doing it, and I don't plan on changing how I'm doing it. I plan on doubling down, if anything.
Yeah.
So, if that's the case, then yeah, I'll figure it out by myself with literally, I don't need attention.
Yeah.
I'll get the open mic attention every week, and then that's enough for me to be like, okay, put up the YouTube videos, have the internet, what is it? Where you're there, internet presence.
Yeah.
Because literally that's it. If you're not doing the internet presence versus... Like, sorry, this is Bakersfield. Being, like, front and center, when people tell me you gotta be there, I'm like, I gotta be at fucking the Fox Theater. Like, you're telling me that's where I gotta be?
Right.
I gotta just be downtown. You're telling me if I'm downtown, things will be going better for me, and suck my cock.
Nah, there's a lot to it, man.
There's a lot to it, and it's getting out of town is the main thing, I think.
Getting out of town.
But it's also because, I don't know.
Social media.
Once you get out of town, you got to rub elbows. You can't just get out of town and go, I'm from Bakersfield. I fucking hate everyone in LA.
Yeah.
Because when I do that, everyone's like, oh, well, fuck you too then.
One time you went, it's like, oh, you guys are gay.
Yeah, I was like, I hate this place. I hate it everywhere here. Like,
yeah. I think the balance that I'm trying to, or like I like to think that I do, is you go out of town, you're nice enough to people, and then you go on stage and you do really well. I think if you can pull that off, then it's the perfect balance. You don't have to go there and say, man, I really like your shoes. Because people...
And I don't have to go there and go, hey, I really hate your whole town.
Exactly.
Suck out here.
Everything, yeah, you're right.
But the incredible part is the I like your shoe comment can work on some people of power, and then it goes back to what we were saying. And then that's when you see people on shows that fucking suck. Mm-hmm. And it's... Shoes. Yeah, they like shoes. And it's like, they just kiss their ass there. But, you know, I also think that'll only get you so far.
Yeah, I could never pander, and, like, you never seen someone who pandered, like, get a special, you know?
Right. Well, I don't know.
Well, you're right. Okay, but let me put it like this. I've never watched someone who's pandered special. That's how I should put it.
That's fair.
And I like to think that I'm not friends with people who watch
all sorts
pandering
of
comedian
life
specials.
Can be successful, especially in comedy, because you see people like with the most insecurities, and like, I'm fucking insecure. Like, can I make it? But people around me, like, you have to be so confident. Then you see like comedians like Bobby Lee or something, that we're like, how the fuck are you like this successful but still always doubt yourself in every single? Maybe they're putting on a persona, but
I think it's their handlers keeping them down is what that is. Because some of that is. That's also why I'll never make it. I believe that some of this is just absolutely evil, and there's evil people behind it, and they're meant to keep you down. Because think about how much money they've made off of Bobby Lee. To his manager should be like, hey, let's get you some help, and you can only do so much, right? But they fucking kidnapped Nick Diaz. I'm pretty sure you could kidnap Bobby Lee.
When the fuck did they kidnap?
They kidnapped Nick Diaz. They got him in a rehabilitation center in Mexico. You don't hear about that?
Bro, he's on crack.
Yeah, no, but that's
not
my
kidnapping.
point.
That's
so that's my point. Okay, so somebody who's a killer on crack, you wouldn't want to fucking touch this guy. But you're telling me you can get him to a rehabilitation center to fix his life. You can't get Bobby Lee. Somebody can't just grab him and actually help him because they don't want to help him. They like him in the position he's in. He's vulnerable. He's easy to make money off of. Like, it's fucked up. Why would they help him and then he'd be like, hey, I can produce my own special like everyone else is doing and make a lot of money, because he's never even put one out. But with the trillion fans, if he put out his own on his website, it would get him bankroll. Yeah. But they would never want him to feel confident enough to do that. Like, he's going to put out a special with Hulu or Netflix or someone and get like $1 million payout or something, but he could make like easy $50 million on his own. Like,
I see what you mean. Oh, okay.
Don't give him the confidence to do that, though. You can't give... And he's really funny. I actually do like Bobby Lee. He's funny because he's very transparent. Like you say, he's in a flow state almost when he's up there. He's not, like... Not hiding anything, which is... I think one of the funniest things about comedy is when someone's like, there's literally nothing matters, so here's everything about me.
Yeah.
Because what are you gonna hold against me? What are you gonna lord over me?
Yeah,
Nothing.
and also I think people don't give enough credit to the crowd on their ability to see through those things.
Yes.
Like, they think, oh, all they know about me is what I'm saying out loud, but it's not true. They also see how you're reacting, how you're behaving, and who you really are. And so if you try to hide that, they see through it, and they just get a whiff of phoniness, and it fucks you. And, it never works, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for real, because I used to think Bobby Lee was so mad cool, and I was like, at least he's very, transparent about that whole, with the chick that cheats on him or whatever. You know that, with his girlfriend? I hate to even, we'll just beep names, whatever. He'll never see this.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Never see this.
He emails you?
Brother, cut it out. But, fucking... That's like, I always thought that was funny, but also at the same time, I'm like, this is mad lame. Like, I love comedians, but I also, like, comedy is real important to me. Backbone and integrity is a little bit above comedy, though. Like, so when some people don't have either of those and can't make a joke, like, I know I was saying it sucks when you're making a point, but Carlin is one of the best. Like, to me, Carlin is great because I'm like, I wish I could make that point, have everyone laughing, and then be like, who fucking cares, though?
Right.
Like, next joke.
Yeah.
Right.
And the next joke's about huge tits or some shit. Like,
yeah.
It's amazing. That's where I'm like, that's duality.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate duality, and life's all about duality, I guess, because he was great.
Dude, the gays. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, it's hard, though, because it's true that I think comics have to have a presence on social media to do anything.
Yeah.
But it's also what makes them lame now. And it's like, if George Carlin would have had a Twitter, I probably would have hated that guy.
Dog.
But the fact that you never know what he's thinking about, never know what his take is on things, and then the only time you hear it is his polished material, whether he's working on it at a mic or he's on a special. It's like, that's the only thing that you have to go off of him. But now, it's like, you're going to see them post about how they're mad at Southwest Airlines because their flight's delayed.
Yep.
Or, you know what I mean?
Personalizes them to where I don't want to know them. You know, like,
yeah.
I like the idea of celebrities still. I do. I like the idea that somebody's famous and they're big and they're untouchable and they're, on a pedestal, because I'm like, I don't give a fuck about them. Let them do whatever they want.
Yeah.
This is how America was created, with stars and dweebs that worship these fucking stars. So there's going to be plenty of them.
Yeah.
But you're right. I don't want to hear from them.
Yeah.
I want to hear their PRs, their publicists talk about like what they think.
Yeah.
Because that's even funnier, because I don't know. People really like to put faith in celebrities and, oh, Jenna Ortega, she supports Israel or Palestine or some shit. Like, that bitch eats babies. Like, does it matter what the fuck she supports, like, politically? Like, that's how stupid people are. So if people want to believe that, I think it's fine, because you'll never get a million people to be like, actually, right, that doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do about that, so let the stars be stars. But just shut them up,
Yeah.
Shut them all up.
Yeah.
Because George Carlin did have a podcast towards the end of his career, and he was, like, hilarious. It's personal for me. Hilariously anti-Israel. Like, so funny. And this is the most, like you say, polished guy ever.
Yeah.
So when you listen to that, it goes, hey, now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I think you nailed it, though. Don't meet your heroes. And now we have no choice but to meet them because of their social media presence.
Yeah, I just wrote that on my phone right now. It's just like, don't meet your heroes. Well, don't read your heroes' tweets either.
Yeah, exactly. But it's harder than ever. I mean, it's, you know what I mean? People want to be involved, and I mean, that's up to the people.
Everyone has 2 cents.
Yeah.
I'm giving mine right now, yeah.
And I did the gayest thing. I remember, dude, I don't know. I know I'm lame for this, but damn, every time I see Bobby Lee, I always ask him for a cigarette at the Comedy Store. Just I don't know why.
What's your success rate?
No, twice, and then one time I saw him, and I smiled at him. Like,
He knew it was coming.
it was gay, dude. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
He probably hates everybody.
Yeah, and I just don't know how, like, in social media, and like, not social media, but in social presence, I'd just be like awkward as hell.
Yeah.
And I was like, what am I doing?
You know, that's, it's the same thing, though, because it's like, you could almost look at that like ass kissing, and where it's like, if you have too much pride to do it, then you'll never talk to him. So it's like, while I personally think you're gay for doing that,
Yeah.
you've also had more interactions with the guy than I have. How much value that has, I don't really know. But
negative aura, dude.
You know when Jesse Johnson was supposed to come to town?
yeah,
I drove up a little flyer for her, and it was shit, no.
I remember that.
That was cool. And then I was like, hey, by the way, if you don't have an opener, like, isn't she's gonna be like, oh, this one guy?
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck it, you gotta try it, right? But the whole time, like you say, I'm like, this is so gay, I can't tell anybody about this.
yeah.
It's my confession.
It feels gay, but it wouldn't feel that gay if it worked.
Dog, if it worked, I would have told everybody.
You know what I mean?
I just asked.
Bobby invites me back to the green room. We're just asking a cigarette.
Puts you on the
You know what I mean, though? It's like, it's gay until it works.
Yeah, no, that's why you really gotta, that whole
yeah.
cringe shit where they're like, just be cringe and all that. And it's like, yeah, you're right. Because it's, to an extent, obviously, you gotta have some self-awareness to it. But
Yeah.
let's go to the next question. Here's another one. Did I say this one? Yeah, I feel like I made this.
Sorry, before you keep
Try it.
going with the question, is the camera all good still, or how does that work?
Yeah, let me check on that. Camera dies at 25. I got 25.
It's dead?
Not well. Yeah, I got batteries in there too, but sometimes it just shuts off around 25. No, it's good.
Okay.
All right, cool. Didn't know if you had to touch it.
Yeah, I did. We got our audio, but don't worry. I'm filling all the gaps in. All right, we're back. This is 30. Awesome. Cool. Now, did I ask you this? How do you feel when someone tries making a point rather than making a joke? Did I ask that?
A little bit before we started, I feel like you brought that up. But say it again.
How do you feel when someone tries making a point rather than making a joke? Which I guess it's like the first one, but you know.
If it's funny, go for it.
Dude, exactly, right? Because comedy is super subjective, and I guess I'm slowly changing my opinion because it really matters. I hate when people make a personal point where they're like, I'm trying to make you guys believe something about me versus I'm trying to change your mind completely through a joke.
Yeah.
Like, and if they're not, they're like, here's just my opinion through a joke, which is also funny.
Yeah. I mean, if they're laughing, then whatever you're doing is
Exactly.
fine, ultimately.
I knew that was going to be a bad question.
It's not bad.
I'm thinking about it like the phrase, damn, I forgot the question. I just had a whole phrase for that.
Making a point instead of making a joke.
Oh, yeah, it's like, I want you to walk away from my show thinking about that joke, like that type of deepness.
Yeah, no, I hate, personally, I wouldn't watch a TED Talk, like, in my personal time, so I wouldn't like being duped into one, you know?
Yeah.
I would be, like, kind of mad at that.
Yeah. But if they want to make a point, but they can make you laugh while they're doing it, then more power to you.
Yeah, no, exactly. More power to you. No, that's, I guess, sometimes, like I said, I go up there and I have a joke, and it's like, oh, here's a joke about people getting bombed. Not just people, about Israelis killing Palestinians, guys.
Yeah.
That's the joke. Think about it, and then I'm off stage, like,
Yeah.
which is not funny.
Well,
But sometimes I'll get off and everyone's dying laughing, and in my head I'm like, God, I wish you'd all just whip your phones out right now and like look up this situation.
Yeah.
Serious, guys.
It's so serious.
Come on,
this is the only way I can cope. You
Yeah.
people need to learn.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
Pat looks at me like, you fucking anti-Semite.
yeah.
Pat loves you.
I love that too. But yeah, no, exactly. You're right. If it hits no matter what. Here's the third question. Is a joke better if it teaches us something or if it convolutes things? Personal, of course, subjective.
Yeah. Once again, man,
Right.
they both can be powerful, you know?
Oh, yeah.
If there's, especially if there's like a belief that people hold by default and they're just like, oh yeah, I think X, Y, and Z. And then you say, you ever notice that X, Y, and Z is a little bit like Z, Y, and X? And they go, damn,
Bro, that
that's
sounds like
true.
a bit you've done. And it's so, yeah, exactly. That's so perfect.
You know what I mean? Because you just kind of like, sometimes you don't even have to give them an answer. You just have to make them say, isn't it a little weird that X, Y, and Z? And then if they go, damn, I guess that is kind of weird. I guess I did just believe that and I don't know where it came from.
Never thought about it.
Damn.
Never
Then it's
questioned
powerful.
It is.
You know what I mean? But also, if they've never thought about X, Y, or Z, and you say, you ever notice X, Y, or Z, and it's the new idea to them, then it's like, oh, damn, yeah, I guess that's true. So it's like, once again, it all depends, and both can work. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's a bar right
when
there,
I got
dude.
booed off stage that night, I get off, and as soon as I leave, everyone in the crowd is not feeling me, obviously. They're like, fuck this guy. But as soon as I walk outside, because I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to smoke a cigarette. Some dude who's not even watching the show, but he's out from the bar, and he's drunk as could be, and that's my crowd, a drunk dude who pays attention.
Yeah.
So he's just right there. He heard every word. And as soon as I hop out, he's like, hey, I saw you through the glass, man. You're fucking genius.
Nice.
And I start laughing my head off because I'm like, this is the people I want to think I'm smart retards.
Yeah.
'Cause that's a good crowd.
Yeah, that's like 95% of the population, dude.
Exactly. So if they can think I'm like smart, funny, I go, oh man, I'm like you say, I wasn't trying. I'm like, this is just these are the jokes I wrote. I know they work. They literally didn't work there to the worst extent. But one person on the outside is like, you got something.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's all it takes.
Always perform behind a glass box to just get them going.
A glass one that's bulletproof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Pope.
I did a show. It was a comedy competition.
That's awesome.
And then at the end of the show, people pull out their phones, and then there's like a website set up with everyone's headshot, and then everyone votes for their favorite comedian, and then the winner wins, obviously. And at the end, the host was showing me the data that came in, and I got 2 votes out of like 200 people, and I was like, yo, those 2 people,
right?
Those are my people.
That's all I thought. I was like, I just need a room of 100 people just like this guy.
Yep.
And there are.
And that's called developing your audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
Finding the people that want to hear your bullshit. They like what you have to say and the way you see things. And odds are when you go to the mics, or any mic, or show or whatever, you're lucky if there's 2 in the crowd, but that's how it works. You want a slice of the population, because if you're trying to get all of them, then you're a hack and you suck.
Thank you for saying that, because one of the funniest interactions I've ever had, like, I was hanging out with Anthony, we're talking about comedy, and I was like, Patrice O'Neill says it like that too. He's like, you don't want to make the whole room laugh because it's very, it's not natural.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's just laughing to laugh. And then Nathaniel's right there. He's like, like you could ever make a whole room laugh. He said that to you? Yeah. So you hack bitch, fuck you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like so funny because I'm like, yeah, he's kind of right. That is like, maybe it's a coping mechanism for sucking.
Yeah.
For me, at least. Because that night he had the whole room laughing. Anthony had the whole room laughing. Darla had she did better than everyone.
Darlene, she just did like women jokes, and the women were like, and half the room's women. They're like, you were a fucking fat guy.
That look just like her.
Yeah.
So they're losing it. It's her crowd to the max, dog.
You ever date a gay dad? Your baby daddy ever gay?
Yeah.
And just like the crowd is going,
much.
No, women love that one.
Yeah, they love it. They go, they loved it so much. Darla goes, my baby daddy gay, but he taught me how to suck dick. And then women behind us are like, Taru. And I'm like, get the shut up.
Yeah.
Like,
You fucking...
I wish I could just plow into this room right now. Like,
And you see, that's the thing is like, ultimately, do you want those people on your side?
You know what I mean? You want a room, you want your VIP full of ugly bitches that love you?
You know what I mean?
Bitches with gay stepdaddies and shit.
If you fast forward and you're hugely successful and you have a huge following, do you want that following to be a bunch of mouth-breathing idiots?
Oh, thank you, bro. That's literally the whole
You
night.
know?
Ever since that night, I've been like, God damn, that was just such a night. Like, you really got to think about what you're doing, Michael.
Yeah.
But no, you don't.
And
No.
Read the room.
and I think what Patrice said in its entirety was the best ratio is you have like 50% of them laughing and 50% of them scared.
Yeah, like, oh, what the fuck?
And that's when he knows he's doing well. And that's dope.
For real, because that's like probably the experience I think about the most on stage, where I said something absolutely atrocious. I'll tell you after, because it's part of the question, but I said atrocious, and you could hear 90% at least going, ugh!
Yeah.
Ugh! And then some people like, which I'm like, yeah, those people know I'm joshing.
Yeah.
But 90% of you need to get in the mindset, we're joshing here. Like,
Yeah.
But,
And you want to talk about power for someone to hear something that you say on stage and they go, oh my God. But as soon as they say that, they look around and like 1 in 3 people are laughing.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, exactly. And then that's where the power comes from.
You're right, because I'll see it right there on stage and start giggling at my own set, and I got to stop that.
Yeah.
You start tickling yourself on stage, you're like,
giddy with laughter. But what's a joke? What's a joke you don't do anymore? Or what's one you wrote? Or what's one you've been like, I don't know, just a joke you feel like maybe you've done it and it's got that exact response where everyone's like, ugh. Or one you wrote and you were like, I can't even produce this, you know?
Well, there was one that I did very early on, and I thought it was hilarious. And this happens to me all the time.
All the time.
Sometimes it kills, and sometimes they go, what the fuck? And I guess, a better comedian would say that that's just a sign that you need to work on it and that there's something there. But it's like I have so many times said a joke for the first time and it slaughters, and I'm like, okay, nice.
Just say it just like that, right?
That's as funny as I thought it was. And then every other time I say it, it gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And a specific one that I actually kind of recently started doing again just to see what would happen was Niger River. And that one, first time I ever said it, boom, awesome. And then every other time it sucked. Retired it for like 9-10 months because I was so scared. Did it again out of the blue, fucking did awesome. And I did it exactly how I used to do it, which is the worst part, because I'm like, what the fuck? What is the difference? Is it just the crowd? But one thing I've noticed too is you have to remember that a lot of the times, especially here in town, everyone, or a huge percentage of the people in the crowd are comics that have heard the joke before. And that will kind of start to fuck you, because it's like, they already know what's coming, they already know the joke. So sometimes you're not getting the best data. But yeah, there's tons of jokes where it's like, okay, that's fucking hilarious. Sometimes they never work, and then sometimes they work once and then they just get worse. But that's, yeah, I struggle with that all the time.
It's the energy for sure, man. Because there's times, like you said, like, how's this not working? But I'm saying word for word. But it could be like the cadence.
Yeah.
Nonchalant. I don't care about the joke. Compare, we're like, oh, this is really funny. I can't wait for this. This is my punchline.
Yeah.
And then punchline. And now you're just kind of drained compared. Like, I don't care if this even works or not. It's just a joke.
Yeah, that's true.
I've said one where it's about like choking hookers, and I go like I get into it where I'm choking the hooker and I'm like, you laughing now, bitch? And I've said it just like that, calm, like, oh, fucking, I don't call women bitches unless the hooker makes fun of me after we're done having sex. Then I go, are you laughing now, bitch, while I choke her? Mm-hmm. And then I've said it like that and got like goofs, but then I've been like screamed it, like, you're laughing now, bitch, like crazy, and got nothing. But like you say, sometimes that the screaming it makes people go like, but then when I'm mild, like, I really don't like reading the room. It's my opinion. It should just hit.
Yeah.
It should just hit.
It should work all the time.
It should work all the time.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, which I guess I'm trying to figure out. But yeah, that's what No, do you know your joke? I want to hear it.
Niger River?
Yeah, so you could say it. Say it, and I want people to hear it themselves and be like, oh yeah, assess it, analyze it. If you can remember.
Yeah. It's I'll usually open up by saying I make mistakes all the time. I remember I used to mispronounce the phrase Niger River for years because I'd only ever read it in text, and I was like, I can't believe they have a river and they call it that. I mean, that seems kind of messed up.
Yeah, same.
And the first time I ever said it out loud, I was talking to a black friend, and he asked me, what's the third largest river in Africa? And I said it out loud for the first time, and he looked at me shocked. And he's like, what the fuck did you just say? And I'm like, what? And he's like, what the fuck's a river? And, Niger River.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the gist of it. But I think it's hilarious because everyone in their head is saying the N-word.
Yes, the whole time they're waiting for you to go, he's going to say the N-word.
And right when I say I used to mispronounce the phrase Niger River, people never laugh at that part. Everyone goes, oh no, because he's saying it without saying it.
Yeah.
But the joke is you're saying it because you thought that is the part that I was that I was saying wrong. You're saying in your head, I never said that. You know what I mean?
No, being subversive is mad funny.
Yeah.
Like when you really trick people, that is trickery. That's because, like we say, we've got it down to being mean or being nice in comedy. But I forget trickery is so funny.
The misdirect.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Anthony, what about you? You got a joke you don't do anymore that people kind of get grossed out by? I'd love to hear it. I do think it's funny. Because like you say, not even
pink
grossed
eye
out,
is always kind of like my back pocket joke.
Little pink eye?
Because little pink eye will always give me like a little giggles and enough for me to like, okay, where the fuck am I at in my set? But no, the black pussy joke is kind of like the first, like, I treat pussy the way I treat black people's hair. And that's when the crowd gets really like stiff. And then I'll say, because I always ask to touch it.
Nice.
And that's when the crowd like really gets
brings them back. Yeah.
But when they don't laugh, I already have a backup where like, so consent's not sexy in wherever city I am?
Yeah.
What do you guys, then I just had this new tag. I haven't used it on stage, but it's what do you guys treat black people's hair the way you treat pussy? You just grab that shit.
That's pretty good.
But I don't know if that's like too long. But
no, that's perfect. Like you say,
that's a new tag.
It depends on what's happening, right? So if you're reading the room right, you'll see when to drop that or when the bit's done. But I had I had a joke, and I just thought of it because, like you say, with the misdirect, and I wanted to talk to people about it because I feel like it is a good premise, but it goes, it's something about low-hanging fruit. I say something like, oh, people always tell me, Michael, that joke is low-hanging fruit. But that's what you call gay people who hang themselves on the first floor of their apartments. And then, right? So it's a bit obscene, and people go, I know everyone thinks that joke's about, like, homosexuality. No. That man killed himself because he'll never be a homeowner. This is about interest rates, guys. Like, that's my... I'm trying to work on that.
I'm trying
to work on that. Because, there has to be a way to do it naturally, because I don't know. I'm always going to fuck it up. Pause it or be like,
You should say something about, that's another phrase for overweight, suicidal gay men. You should mention that they're fat and that's why they're lower hanging.
Lower hanging fruit?
Yeah.
That's why I only put first floor of the apartment, and I'm like, because to signify low, right?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I got to take that somewhere else, or else it's just going to be like a homophobic joke. And I'm like, no, it's not homophobic. Guys, he's killed himself because he'll never own a home. This is a joke about the economy.
Right.
Like, you guys think gay people don't kill themselves? Like,
yeah.
They're people, too.
Trans, mostly.
Yeah, right? Then get statistical. Get, like, 3 misdirects in there. That's always mad funny.
Yeah.
But, hey, do you have any more questions? I'm all tapped out, and I think this was great.
I think I had one more.
Take the time.
Oh, dude, you're like, are we at an hour? It feels like an hour.
Tap it a bunch.
46.
Oh,
46.
cool.
Go for it.
Yeah, dude, you remind me of Drewski. Do you think you can pull off whiteface? Oh, no, sorry.
Oh, you know how...
You even had the notes, dog.
She does this every episode.
Do you want to try that from the top, and then we can edit it out so you only get the good one?
No, we'll keep that in.
I'm editing that.
You remind me of Drewski because you can always pull off a black voice, a white trash voice.
I did have black voice questions, but I didn't do them because I was like, nah, that's just funny to me.
Nah, nigga, I do that.
That shit is so fucking funny. Like,
well, you pull off Hispanic voice. I remember I used to get offended where you like talk to me like, "Hey, what's up, fool?"
Yeah.
Then I heard you talk to Howdigi like that. It's like, oh, he does that to everybody.
No, literally. I always tell people, if I'm not fucking with you, then be concerned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I only poke fun at my homies most of the time.
Yeah.
Because honestly, then I'm nicest to people that are corny.
Okay.
Because it's just like hands off. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. Bye-bye. But if I'm like coming up to you and I'm grabbing your fucking man boob and shit, it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. But I got offended, but then like I said, you do this to everybody.
Yes.
So I can't, like, I'm being a bitch. But that's where I like my insecurities, whatever.
Yeah.
How did you talk to Howdigi's dad that night? You just like, hola?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hola.
How did he bust out
estás?
Google Translate?
Huh?
I bust out Google Translate that
And talk
night.
to him?
Yeah, fuck yeah. And then Howdigi was just like, stop.
Yeah.
But no, sorry. But you remind me of Juice Key. Do you think you can pull off blackface? Like, he went full on Bobby Downey Jr., like, not the face, it was his whole interior. And it wasn't, like, corny either. It was good.
Right.
Do you think you can pull off blackface?
Absolutely not. And it's because of the history with what that means. And they are allowed to do that. Because it's...
Just edit this out, dude.
No, this is the best part of the podcast.
If you look at, the context of those two things, it's wildly different for a black man to have whiteface than it is for a white man to do blackface.
Yeah.
One is perfectly fine with me, and the other is wildly offensive. So, no, I don't think I could pull it off because it's wrong.
Don't you ever ask a question like that on this podcast again.
What? He can pull it off.
Well, you're free to believe whatever you want.
This is a free country.
But, yeah, I think it's just...
I think we would have to curl your mustache. Like, and give it some Jerry curls on there. Or is that how? Nah, that's not. Keep
All
on.
right, guys, I'm sorry the direction this went.
That's how we got to end the podcast.
This is my co-host. Blame him. No, I think it was actually great, and that was awesome. Thank you for doing this. This is basically it.
My pleasure, man. Thanks for having me.
The new color, guys.
Anyway.
Anthony.
you.
Special guest, David May. You can see David May everywhere. He's fucking huge. All right, guys? That camera might be off.